We'll avenge any Biafran killed. We are now taking it by force, Nnamdi Kanu declares. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has warned that there must be a payback for any Biafran killed by the Nigerian security agencies. Nnamdi Kanu said this while sharing some images of the Southeasterners allegedly shot by security operatives in the region. The IPOB leader said his group were now ready to make Biafra by force since the government has refused to conduct a referendum, which, according to him, is the easiest way to go. What we ask is very simple. Give us the referendum for the people to determine their fate in this Fulani-controlled zoo called Nigeria, Kanu said in a Facebook post. But if referendum, which is the easiest way to go about it, can't be assured, then we will take it by force. Preach. We can never continue in a country created by a white... Let us read that again. We can never continue in a country created by a white man meant for their own interest, which turns us into slaves. Never. Our fathers accepted that, but this generation said what? No. They said what? No. Simply conduct a referendum and allow the will of the people to reign. The same way we triumph is the same way we continue to triumph to any option they present going forward. Talking about the killing of some IPOB members in Imo and other parts of the Southeast, Kanu added, I hope those half-baked graduates yapping on media are taking note of it. What these Janjaweeds must understand is that it is no longer time we do cry to the world. For any Biafran you kill, there must be a payback. We will avenge their deaths with the heads of their killers. Eye for an eye. You see, listen. Power is not given. Power is taken. Listen. In this country called Nigeria, you have to use your upper head. Like, listen. This country has proven not to care for human lives at all. So again, why should you care about theirs? That is the truth. Again, the country is a mess. Listen, the only thing keeping us together that I think is positive is our media, music, and that's it. And our culture, and as well as our jollof rice. Yes, we have to claim that our jollof rice, as well as well, in some cases, our feats. Wait, I said that. Sort of achievements outside Nigeria as Nigerians. Not as anything else, but as Nigerians. You hear like Nigerian doctors are doing the absolute craziest things, which is actually very, very good, and we do a lot. We're a very talented set of talented people and all that. However, certain things just need to change, aka this country. The fact is, because the thing is, it's not, when we say we don't want Nigeria to be Nigeria, it doesn't mean that we now have to hate each other or we don't have to relate to each other. Absolutely not. We have to understand that if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Bible says that. Listen. The foundation of this country was built on terrorism. It was built on on criminalities. It was built on heinous crimes, on corruption. It was built on the totally wrong things. If we go back to our foundation, can we actually say that we derive our core values from there? No, absolutely not. And again, the generation, we have a right to make sure we take power into our hands, that even if we do not achieve what we want to achieve, because we have to be realistic with the timelines of how things can be done, even if we cannot achieve what is meant to be achieved, we can leave the situation a better and easier fight for our generations to take over from, than allowing them to start from the scratch. And I think that the NSAS protest really taught Nigerians that, you know what, listen, we really have to take power into our hands, because our children do not deserve to fight certain fights that was our responsibility to fight. And I think that is something that we are very much conscious of and we will not take for granted. That is just how it is. There is no way you can, let's say, be alive on this earth and you see things going wrong and not say anything about it. Again, this earth is not for you to live, but for other people from your line to live as well. You cannot be ignorant. You cannot be negligent. Again, it's not everyone that can say that, okay, fine, I'm going to move to another country. Not everyone can say that I'm going to be a citizen of another place. The fact is, as much as I give a citizenship, it can also be revoked from you as well. So again, we have no place like ours. There is no way we can be able to exercise autonomy and our own power except places like that is our actual land and we know that we own, with no external forces or no Judas will, do their thing. We have to be intentional about what we want as a country. And to be honest, the fact is, I've come to say you cannot force anybody. And I think that was maybe for generations previous to us, maybe that's why this fight for successionism, or just even in general for a better Nigeria, maybe that was why they never really went through, because we're easily discouraged by people who did not join in the fight. But then again, the thing is, you can't force anybody. When you're ready to join, you'll be ready to join. The fact just remains that you have to go through that journey of understanding what you want for yourself, and then you can join the group. If you don't, unfortunately, you will be left behind. However, it is never too late to join. Listen, you have to decide the kind of life you want to live. You have to decide the kind of Nigeria that you want. And again, we should not convince ourselves that the power does not lie within us. The power absolutely does. They have convinced us otherwise, and you can see that they've actually done a very effective job in doing that. However, we must not take that, and things must change, like by fire, by force. It must change. Things cannot just continue to go on, and then we just think that it's just nah. Things have to change, and you know what? Maybe that's just it. Maybe that is just it. So yeah. Let's look at the comments. Someone says your post strategy is costing the lives of our people, while your demand for Biafra is legitimate if you had followed you an approved channel without violence. Listen, we understand that there are always better ways to do certain things. However, some decisions just have to be made, and you have to do it. Again, with the resources that we have to be efficient with the kind of outcome that we want, and we have to know how to go about it. The thing is, in this kind of fight, in this kind of revolution, as I really love to call it, there are going to be loss of lives, and that should be the more reason to motivate us to get where we want to go. Because again, if you're afraid of death, listen, the country as it is not worth dying for. Why don't you want to die for a country that you want to build, or you die for a country that you know that your future generations will benefit from? That is more of a worthy death. Because again, you've been afraid of death. What is the point? In the country has gotten so worse that your probability of actually dying has increased. There is no light. Infrastructure is absolutely dead. Hospitals are dead. I mean, before you even call an ambulance to get to where you are, hold up will hook them. And unfortunately, something bad can happen with bad road. Bad roads. You can, easily get into accidents. There is no road safety. Even with our own electricity, I mean, we literally go to the fuel stations. We put cars, we put fuels in our cars. We get a keg, and we put kerosene or whatever fuel in that keg. We put it in the car. We put that in the car, and then some people even put their generators. The generators alone, some people put their generators in their houses. Carbon monoxide kills them. Listen, we are all struggling one way or the other. Some certain things, the country puts us in situations where we have to just make decisions to survive. It might not be the most logical, but that is what we are forced to do to survive in our environment. Listen, you can't be in Nigeria and be afraid of death. I'm just like, you've been in Nigeria, and you should even be proud of it, because you have gone through so much, in which, it's like it's a unique experience being Nigerian, and that should be the more reason why you should be, I guess, a well-rounded person in terms of deciding what you want and how you want to live. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.